Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy xiibyte, and welcome to the Hotfix. Microsoft keeps developing more innovative hardware, and Sony has to play and will play catch up. Sounds like a console gaming arms race to me. Alright, xiibyte Nation. So in the previous Hotfix, I talked about Sony and Microsoft being in an arms race. And I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that. So we already know that the chronological order went a little something like PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox Scorpio, and then the PlayStation 4 Pro. For some, their console was just an upgrade from the original. To the other, it was a little bit more of a humble beginning. And of course, when I say that, I'm talking about the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. I mean, the Xbox was a heavy contender, yo. It brought a lot to the table. It brought custom soundtracks. I believe it was the first one to implement Live, which was Xbox Live. Built-in 4-player co-op, so no multi-tap necessary. Built-in hard drive, which allowed for you to do custom soundtracks. And most importantly, it gave us Halo, y'all. Xbox was coming with some fire, yo. It was coming with some fire. So, of course, PlayStation wanted to pop off and gave us something that was just extremely phenomenal. The one and only console that had extreme weight reduction, the PlayStation 3. And it had some good things going for it. 6-axis control, Blu-ray drive. But that price tag, yo, was steep. Oh my God, I did not pick it up at all. I chose to go with the most economical choice, the Xbox 360. Now, not only economical, but I think that we can put all fanboyism aside and just agree that the Xbox 360 was the better console out of the two. It was. I can't argue that the PlayStation 3 had the better hardware in it, but you couldn't sell me on hardware back then, yo. You couldn't sell a lot of people on hardware back then because I think at that point, it was still in the recession era, if I'm not mistaken. So, times were hard and people weren't really trying to spend that much on a gaming console. Sony dropped so many good games on that console. Exclusives. Uncharted. Killzone was pretty good. Heavy Rain was awesome. It had a lot of games that I didn't touch because of the price tag. And by the time I did pick up a PlayStation 3, I was already too enthralled with the Xbox 360. I ended up selling it anyway. And it was the backwards compatible version. So I mean, rarity aside, I didn't want to bang with it. So I'm gonna stop right here because now we kind of up to speed with where we are with the consoles. I mean, the next thing we're gonna talk about is the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I kind of want to refresh your memory real quick and give you some nostalgia vibes, Back in the day, it used to be which console plays better, man. There was so many comparison videos between Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC. Which one had the better graphics? Why? Because they all were capable. Now it's like, who can even run it? Can it even play? Is it native 4K? Is it running 60 frames? It's crazy how that has changed. But you want to know why that dialogue has changed? Because the gamers are now seeing that, yo, we're being held back. You're not giving us everything that we're supposed to have. I mean, you sell me a next-gen product that's only good at 2012 standards as the best thing that I can get on a console market, only to turn around a year and a half later with a more enhanced version of your product. Telling me that, yo, no, this right here is the better one in the console generation that you need right now. You know what? I expect that with my mobile phones. Oh, wait, that's exactly how it is with mobile phones. Samsung S7, 7 Edge, iPhone 6, 6S, 7S. I mean, it's going to continue, right? Because it's an optimization. And it's crazy because the phones are more expensive than the consoles. But I guess it's accepted there, I mean, people don't really expect to keep their phones no more than a year or 2 years. Yo, I expect to keep my console more than 2 years. My G, you know how long we had the Super Nintendo, the Atari? Come on. Now, the majority of that stuff, drowned in Hurricane Katrina, but you know how long we held it? But that's what I'm saying. That's true gamers. As you can see, they've gotten away from gamers. But I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna get back. Back to the arms race. I think it's only right that we touch on the slim line side of things. And I had to say that slow because I kept stuttering over it. PlayStation redid the PSX. They made it kind of smaller. It wasn't really slim, but they started doing the slim lines with the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 Slim, if I'm not mistaken. Popped off with the PSP lines, the PSP Slim. Then, of course, did it with the PS3 and so on. But, of course, Xbox followed up. Xbox did their original little Xbox 360, started doing the Xbox Slims, and then Xbox Ones and Xbox One Slims. So, I mean, you know, it's competition. Of course, you're going to follow your competition every now and then. But now Xbox is saying, okay, it's 2005 and we trying to paint a picture right now. We followed your path and we going to take our own. We top dog status now. We doing everything right. 2012 roll around and we like, shit, we doing everything too right. We full of ourselves. We coming up with all these policies and we trying to change shit. Always on. You know, we taking it away from the gamers. No, wait, it's too early to do that. So Sony's not doing that. Sony's back on the gamer tip. Sony's on the indie tip. So guess what? Sony's now the gaming champion now. And Xbox is now the entertainment buff. The entertainment console hub. The one thing that runs through everything in your home entertainment system. It is the central nervous system of your entertainment system, the Xbox One. Now, I say that because that's one of the reasons why I didn't pick up an Xbox One. I wanted a gaming console. I wanted something that was going to sell me on the games and not the fact that I can sit around and kick back on my leisure. Because honestly, I mean, other than playing the games, Netflix and stuff like that was what I did on the Xbox 360. And it was very popular. I mean, if they were watching what everyone did, as far as time spent within apps, I mean, Netflix is pretty high on the Xbox 360, so they know what people want. And I guess since it's on a gaming console, they assume that all gamers want that. I don't agree. I mean, like I said in the previous hot fix, and I will say it again, I have a problem when a gaming console puts social media and entertainment before gaming. Now, moving along in the arms race, where we sit now would be the PlayStation Neo, or the PS Neo, the PlayStation 4 Pro is what it's officially called now, and the Xbox Scorpio, which was originally the Project Scorpio. Now, you ain't got to take my word for it, it's whatever, but I'm gonna go out and say that the PlayStation 4 Pro is not a direct competitor to the Xbox Scorpio. It's not. There's a reason why I talked about the slimline side of things before getting into this part, and that is because if we look at history and look at how things have went, it's always the console and S and then a next generation. Now, Microsoft's jumping the gun, so it's really not clear on what the Scorpio actually is. Is it the next generation, or is it just something that Microsoft's gonna say when the next generation comes around, we won't have to build another console because this console can carry on into the future? If that's the case, I fucks with it. But I mean, the PS4 Pro is definitely a competitor to the Xbox One S. So I'm not a techie, so I'm not going to get into all the specs and stuff, at least not in this particular hot fix. But I will say that the main topics that's of question when we talk about these new consoles is it 4K, 4K native, and can it VR? Let's remember, if it's originally supposed to be the PlayStation Neo, then the PlayStation Neo was supposed to be that console that's going to give you the edge when you buy that PSVR. It's going to be able to run it, and that was supposed to be it. Everybody's getting upset that the PS4 Pro is subpar to the Xbox Scorpio, and I don't understand it because it's not a direct competitor to it. Like I said, Sony's playing catch up. Microsoft's just dropped this bomb. Now Sony has to figure out how to create one that's just as good. Sony's still on Super Saiyan 2 and Xbox is like on Super Saiyan 5 right now. So what's the status on console gaming right now? If you ask me, your boy 12, I will tell you that console gaming right now is definitely in a cold war. It's the reason why I say it's an arms race. Know yourself, know your history. But I've been throwing out that word arms race like very freely in this video, man. And I don't know what they're racing to, but I ultimately feel like it's something that Microsoft is going to win. Because remember, the Xbox Scorpio is basically a modular PC. And when console gaming eventually folds, you're gonna still have PCs left. And those Microsoft PCs will have dedicated, loyal, and happy gamers in front of them. So give me some feedback, 12byte Nation. Do you feel like Sony and Microsoft are in an arms race for console superiority? Do you have a favorite console that you're looking forward to? Let me know down in the comments, as well as leave me topic suggestions for the next hot fix. For exclusive content and more, head over to 12byte.net. More videos to come, but in the meantime, check out past hot fixes or switch those gears and check out more of what my channel has to offer. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, arm that subscribe button, and keep it locked right here on 12byte Gaming. It's your boy 12 and I got you 6.